On a quiet dairy farm off the coast of Vancouver Island, a girl named Wild Rose finds something impossible in the forest. A crashed flying saucer that's about to change her life, her body, and her place in the universe. In this film, we'll follow her from island farm kid to starship captain. Before we get to the saucer, here's our roadmap. First, the discovery in the forest. Then, the impossible repairs with an alien AI and its nanobot swarm. Next, the lessons. Alien races, deep space navigation, and the rules of time itself. Finally, the cost and the gift of letting the nanobots change her from the inside out. It starts with a sound that doesn't belong in the forest. Not wind, not birds. A mechanical heartbeat, broken but still alive, calling to her from somewhere between the trees. She breaks through the last row of trees and sees it. A flying saucer half buried in the ferns, tilted, smoking, and very, very real. Then it speaks, not with a mouth, but with a voice inside her head, calm and precise, cutting through the panic. It tells her its name is, simply, the ship, and it needs her help. The ship shows her exactly what's broken: torn conduits, missing alloys, core systems offline. It projects blueprints into her mind like a rush of impossible schematics. And then it does something stranger. It scans the forest and the farm beyond for whatever raw materials it can steal. It guides her like a patient teacher. We require iron, copper, organic carbon, silicate. The words appear in her head along with images: fence posts, old tractor parts, river stones, even bones buried in the soil. To save the ship, she has to strip mine her own world carefully. Back at the saucer, the real miracle begins. From the damaged hull, an invisible order goes out, and then the nanobots wake up. They eat rust and rock and broken tools, breaking everything down into atoms, then rebuild it into parts no human factory could make. The ship explains each step to her, as if she's its first apprentice engineer. While the nanobots work, the ship turns its attention to her mind. It begins with the basics: maps of local space, gravity wells, trade routes. She sees a 3D starfield unfold in her thoughts, as detailed and familiar as the layout of her father's fields. Then the ship shows her the people out there: merchant species that live in gas giants, nomads who sail black holes, civilizations that will trade for milk, protein, and clean water like her father's farm has in abundance. To fly there, she has to learn more than directions. She has to learn how to bend time without breaking herself. The ship overlays invisible currents on reality: gravitational rivers, time eddies, safe lanes that only a few pilots can read. All the while, the nanobots aren't just fixing the ship, they're watching her. They taste the air she exhales. They map the scars on her skin, the microfractures in her bones, and quietly, they ask her permission. When she agrees, everything changes. The nanobots infiltrate her cells, rewriting silent errors she never knew were there. Autoimmune misfires, tiny tumors just beginning, genetic switches stuck in the wrong position. Pain she'd learned to ignore simply stops. In return, they link her more deeply to the ship. She can feel its balance like her own body, sense its hunger for power, its quiet fear of failing before it reaches the stars again. She isn't just fixing a machine, she's growing into half of a single, living vessel. On an island farm that smells of salt and hay, Wild Rose repairs a starship, learns the language of space-time, and lets an alien intelligence rewrite her own biology. The next time this saucer rises above the trees, she won't just be a passenger, she'll be its captain. If you want to see where she goes and what this farm becomes at the heart of a galactic trade route, subscribe and come back for part 2.